Hello students, I am back with fourth part of this chapter, resource and development. For class 10th, it is from geography. We learnt a lot about our resources and how it is developed. Then we have come to our resources, very important resource, that is land resource. We talked about the use pattern of our land in our country. We talked that how much land is given the part for which thing, like as we can see around forest, and the cultivated land is having almost area of our country. Now we discussed these things. I told a lot that how human is we can say overusing our land resources. So now it's time to know that how land degrades and what conservation measures we are taking or we need to take. As we have shared our land, first of all I just want to tell you here that human has a kind of illusion. What illusion? Illusion, it means like kind of misunderstanding. Human thinks that they are only one creature of this world. Okay, it means this world belongs to them. It is clearly wrong. We can see the animals, the other creatures are also a small butterfly, okay, a small bacteria or any virus. They also are sharing this world with us. So simply, and it means only we are not here, our past generation, our future generation will be here also. So we need to know and we need to understand that how to use this land and how not to degrade this. Okay, so we have shared our land as I'm telling you with the past generation, and we'll have to do with the same for the future generation too. 95% of our basic needs for food, shelter, and clothing, which are the benefit, we can say fundamental things. We are just, we can say, sorry, we are just dependent on the land or land resources. So now we need to know that what we are using. So are obtaining from the land. Human activities have not only brought the degradation of the land, but they have also aggravated the pace of natural forces to cause damage to land. Human is not only degrading the land, human is also forcing some natural things to degrade the land also. Okay, and that's why this damage is being too much. At present, as we can see, 130 million hectares. It is a big number of land, hectare of degraded land in India. How it is degraded? So it is given here in this pie chart. We can see in 2000 year wasteland of India. We can say this area is called we can say wasteland because no water is here underground. Okay, people has human has used all the we can say we can say all the water of this area. Okay, so that's why we can say that this is water erode area. Then this area sometime forest was there, but now people cut down the forest, and now no tree is there, but they did not use that land for making cultivation or kind of thing. That's why now it is barren land, wasteland. Okay, so this is saline and alkaline land also is there. It is due to some geographical changes, this become very wasteland. Wind erode area, it means just because of wind, we all know, we studied in class 6, 7th, 8th. Soil erosion is there just because of we can see the water and wind also. So this is just because of this wind, this area become barren or this become wasteland. Okay, so this is that this is we can say human, we can say we cannot forget human contribution is making this land a kind of abandoned. Mining site, we all know about mining site. In many part of the country, we have many minerals under this earth. So what they do, they cut the forest. People cut the forest and they started digging. They started mining for a different type of minerals. So people use that, and just because of that, forest, now forests are finished on that land, we can't do cultivation also. So, and a lot of pollution just because of that also. Okay, so and after getting the minerals, people leave scars and tears of those overburdened buildings kind of thing. Oh sorry, overburdened land they leave. So which are these country, these states? The Jharkhand. We all know Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Orissa. These areas are having very much minerals. So that's why this area comes under this one. Okay, and that's why the land has been degraded of these areas. In the state like Gujarat, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, overgrazing is the big problem. Okay, because many cattle are there, people are having, so that's why the overgrazing in the field or in the we can say जो घास के मैदान होते हैं, it means the we can say green grasslands. So people do their we can say overgrazing by their animals, and that's why these areas is becoming more wasteland. Same in the Punjab and Haryana, by using water, too much water. Okay, the this soil has become very and degraded. Here we can see the other things are also there, because many factories are there, mineral processing, like the factories are there, like grinding of limestone for cement industry. In cement industry, different type of things are there. They use limestone, they use clinker, they use na, yeah, you can say soapstone they use. Okay, so this type of things they use. They grind that, because these are in the solid form, they make it powder in the huge quantity, and then dust and everything goes into the atmosphere and make our atmosphere very dirty. Then we can see some few areas are there which are made dirty just because of overusing the underground water, and just because of that, the when the water is not there available in under the earth or under the ground, so that area become wasteland. Okay, so what happens after that, the thorny bushes and different kind of thing started growing there, and that land become very bad. So what are the way to make it again useful? We can do, there are many ways to solve these problems. So first they are telling afforestation. Afforestation, it means to grow the trees there. If we will grow the tree, so it will become a very good land again. Proper management of grazing, it means grazing is necessary, we know, if we are having the cattles. Okay, so we need to graze them, but it should be, it should be in the manner, or in we can say a managed way. Okay, so planting we can do in this kind of areas, control overgrazing, establishing or the sand dune by the growing thorny bushes. We can see in the very dry areas, arid areas, in desert kind of areas, we can grow bushes and small trees, by which the sand cannot expand, or it means the desert cannot expand. So many things are there, many areas are there. We can recharge the water also. Okay, as we have discharged the water now, we have used all the water, but at the time of monsoon we can recharge the water again, and like this we can make our land again good, in good condition. So now if we talk about, we were talking about land. So we talked about the land with different things, that all the factory machine, factories, buildings, road, grounds, school, everything is there on the land. But now we will talk about a small factor of this land, that is called soil. Okay, soil is very very beneficial for us if we are human beings, so it is very basic thing for me. Because on this soil, if the soil is good, I'm not talking about this land, it means land is very big area, okay, or we can say very deeper thing, but we I'm just talking about this upper soil, upper part of the land. Okay, this is, if this soil will be good, so then we will get more and more benefit of it. If it is not good, so then it is problematic, because we are human being, and at least in the last we have to eat food for to survive ourselves. So how we will get the food? So if the soil is good, so we can grow here food. Okay, so that's why we'll know about it now. Soil as resources, or as resource, soil is the most important renewable resource, is the medium of plant growth and support different type of living organism. Okay, now listen, it is renewable, our soil is renewable. It means if it become degraded, if it become wasteland, so it can be changed into again useful land. How? As I told, by recharging the water, by planting the trees and other things, है ना? So different type of soil is there, but firstly we need to know the topic, we can say the structure of that soil. We can see on which land we are just walking or we are sitting right now. So we can see this is not only just we see from upper side or up surface. It is divided into many parts, like a very deep thing, we can say unweathered parent rock, bed rock, very hard, then little softer, that is called substratum. Then after that subsoil is there. Then up we can say top soil, the upper soil layer. It is very important. If you want to ask the importance of this, ask to any farmer. Okay, so this is the basic idea of land. This is soil profile. Now will come that the earth soil is a living system. Why? Because it needs things like living. How living? It means if you will grow something in the soil, and you provide good food and good water. Food, it means good fertilizer, and water, if you will do irrigation on time, you will get more benefits, है ना? If you will give fertilizer, it means food of that soil, so you that soil will provide you good crop. That's why it is called living system. It takes million of years to form the soil up to a few centimeter depth. Okay, what you see now, a few centimeter depth of the surface. It took around millions of years to make. Relief of parent or bedrock, climate, vegetation, okay, other form of life, time are important factor in the formation of land. So it means that too much things are there in soil, and it takes too much time to made, or to again come in the form of as it was. Okay, so as we can see, various forces to nature, such as change in temperature, actions, or running water, wind and glacier activity, okay, decomposition, decompositors, etc. So how land, we can say how any soil is good and bad. So if we can say many changes are there in the soil due to temperature, action of running water, if the water is there, wind, glacier activities, है ना? So if these things are there, so uh, these all things are in the different forms. Somewhere water is too much, somewhere water is less. So where is water is too much, so water the land will become more fertile. Where the water is very less, so same thing, very less will become the fertility. So as we can see till here, so and many we know many chemical organic changes is there in our land, in our we can say soil, because now we are using chemical fertilizer. In past we used organic or bio fertilizer, but now we are using chemicals. So that's why the land or soil is changing its nature also. on the basis of further responsible factor responsible for the soil formation, color, thickness, texture, age, chemical and physical properties. The soil of India can be classified in different types. What they are telling, on the basis of factors responsible for the soil formation, color, thickness, texture, age, chemical and physical properties, the soil of India can be classified. So in India's, we can say, soil और जस्ट फैक्टर्स ऑफ सॉइल कि भाई सॉइल विल बी गुड और नॉट, सॉइल अच्छी होगी या नहीं होगी, फर्टिलिटी कितनी होगी, है ना, हाउ इट विल बी कलर ऑफ दैट लैंड. So these all things are depending on the first we can say on the time, secondly how we are using the chemical in that, and third is how the water is getting by that soil. So Indian soil can be divided into many forms or many types. So we'll take here. Okay, so here we can say firstly we can take here alluvial soil. Alluvial soil, that is a very important soil of our country, because around 7 lakh square kilometer, 7 lakh square kilometer, uh, this is the area which is taken or covered by this soil. So as we can see here, this is the alluvial soil, this one, and you can see this area Punjab, Haryana, part of Rajasthan, part of Gujarat, UP, Bihar, and here in Assam. So this area is very very fertile. What is called alluvial soil? When rivers bring, when river brings soil with their flow, and due to flood sometime it gives into the other part of the river, both side of the river, so that area become more fertile because it is called a new alluvial soil. Okay, this is new soil, is more fertile it is. So that's why this area is very prosperous in the view of uh, fertility, in the view of good irrigation or good crop. So as we can see about alluvial soil, this is the most widely spread and important soil. In fact, entire northern plain are made of alluvial soil. These have been deposited by their three rivers system. First, we studied in class 9th. Na, three Himalayan region river system is there: Indus, Ganga, and Brahmaputra. These soil also extend in Gujarat and Rajasthan also, and a narrow corridor, a very small part of there. Rajasthan and Gujarat through a narrow corridor. Alluvial soil is also found in the eastern coastal plain, particularly in the deltas of Mahanadi. Simply thing is that Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri. So what they are saying, that it is very important soil because it is just made by the soil which is taken by from rivers. So that is, and very fertile, so that's why the people want to live in the areas where the alluvial soil is available. Okay, so they are here, they have told something else about it also, कि भाई these alluvial soil area is divided into two part. First is Khadar, second is Bangar. Khadar, Bangar. Okay, you need to remember this term. So what is Khadar, Bangar? If we talk about Khadar and Bangar, okay, Khadar, it means new soil, new soil. Okay, new soil, it means those areas in which the rivers are providing the new soil every year. This is also alluvial soil area, but it is old alluvial soil, old alluvial soil area. Okay, this area is more fertile. Okay, this area is not so much fertile. Okay, because it is old alluvial soil, na. So here as we can see in this area, Khadar area, every year what happens, every year flood comes. Okay, and with flood, new level soil comes. Here, no flood. Okay, then we can see here the 4 point we can say this area is much fertile. We can use or we can grow any crop here, and this area is not having so many crops like this. And if we go to this one again, uh, this is Khadar, this is Bangar. So this area is having much water also, underground water. Okay, this area is having less underground water. Okay, so I hope these 3 4 points are enough for this. So this question sometime they ask. So this is Khadar and Bangar. Okay, so level soil was there. So in the next part of this video we will discuss black soil. I will discuss that where we get the black soil, then we'll talk about red and yellow soil, then we'll talk about laterite, then arid soil. Okay, then we'll talk about the forest soil in the next part. Okay, so I hope you all are studying well. Okay, so study this. If any question, any queries, you can ask. Thank you.